This is Night Sounds. Barry and Joe back on with Ava King and Martha and the Muffins.
Woo!
So jazzed to have all you on here. Now, Ava, you have a new album out, don't you? Sex, Money, God. That's very cool. It's released like a couple days ago.
Yeah. The album's called Sex, Money, God. And it's about trying to find meaning through sex and money, and then trying to find God, basically.
Did you do it? Did you find it?
I think it's a lifelong journey, man.
Yes,
I made an album and I found sex, money, and God all at once.
Exactly. I found God, and God is me. So we're
hey.
If you guys wanna come and pray and donate to God.
Well, we can't call you Mother God, though, because someone already took that name and already started a cult, and someone named Mother God already had her cult. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. I'm going to have to start a cult with a different name now? That sucks. I'm going to have to redo my branding.
Godmother is still available. You can go
Godmother.
There we go.
Change the order, Ava.
Yeah. What new? Godmother.
Yeah, like this God, money, God, sex,
money. God, sex, money. Thanks, guys. This is really helping me out in a pinch. I thought I was going to have to redo everything in Canva.
No. You can start your cult right here with this album. It's going to be fine.
I'm so happy. LA is such a great place to start a cult also.
It really is. Oh, and your cult coming out party is going to be at the Upright Citizens Brigade on
Yes. My cult coming out party at the Upright Citizens Brigade.
Okay, tell us about that. I want to know all about how the album works into this multimedia experience that we're all going to go to on Monday.
Oh, yay. Wait, am I going to see you guys on Monday there?
You might. It's our day off.
I might. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'm so excited.
Oh, please stop. Just tell us about your stuff.
Yeah. So the show is about a very narcissistic, greedy, the most awful person type of a character, and she just wants to become.
Sorry. Continue. Go ahead.
Her name is Sarah, but it's a parable, so you can make it be whoever you need it to be, But yeah, and it's about kind of her doing all the things she can think of to become famous, live streaming her mom's funeral, becoming a poster child for the alt-right in LA, a bunch of silly shit, right? And there at the end of the show, there's a little bit there's a scene with God. So we do get to actually meet God. I don't play God in my show. There's another person who is also going to help me open my cult. But it's it's a 30-minute show, and we're just looking forward to see what people's comments are, and if we can make it into a bigger 1-hour show.
Oh, is this just a one-off, one performance, as a test kind of night?
Well, to be honest, it's the audition for Upright Citizens Brigade. So it's what's called a spank show. So they audition your show, they give you a 30-minute slot. Yeah, I'm super excited. There's only a 6% approval rate. So
yeah, it's really hard. So congratulations on getting that slot. That's really impressive just in its own right.
Thanks so much. That's so
So if people don't know, can you explain to people what Upright Citizens Brigade is first? And then and then tell us the process. If this spank show goes well, what happens after that?
Yeah. And thanks for helping me manifest. So Upright Citizens Brigade is a improv comedy venue in LA. I haven't lived in the States for very long, but from what I understand, it's pretty historical. A lot of comedy improv troops there perform. And I've gone to see.
I think Amy Poehler came from an Upright Citizens Brigade, like the Will Arnett of the world and stuff. Yes.
Amy Poehler, Ava King, all of the stars.
All of them. Saturday Night Live is right up the street from you now.
Grace that stage, And if they like what they see, then I get to have a few months run of a 1-hour show. So it'll be on the regular, and you guys of course are all invited. And so it's exciting. But beyond that, I'm trying to not get into the, if I make it, or I'm just trying to be in like, how can I just make this a super, super fun time with my friends and, all the people who are coming. So I'm super grateful.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's your album release. It's like more of a show, not like a like this is like performance art, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Because my songs are never really about love or anything. Like the album itself is it's songs that I wrote through my recovery from various behavioral addictions, basically. So it's the songs start out very dark, and then they become more hopeful as the years have gone by. And I just wanted to kind of show that same progression of a character in the show who goes from being very greedy to kind of having a little bit of a coming to God moment in the end.
Oh, it's like you're Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes. Basically it's so the concept for the character was Paris Hilton meets Kim Jong-un. But I think I could add Ebenezer Scrooge to that list.
I'm sorry. I'm picturing both the Paris Hilton and Kim Jong-un from South Park like mashed together, and it's just wow.
That could be the cover of my next album, man. If you have ideas, send them over to me.
That's fantastic. Well, if you do need an album cover, please don't use AI and get an actual.
No, man, she's using Canva. She's a Canva user. She's got it.
I'm a Canva user, although I have been using AI a little bit, so I want to call myself out on that one. But
just a little bit.
Good to.
I think we're all using it a little bit. I've been asking it like what I should have for breakfast, and it's been pretty good.
Has it been giving you like healthy breakfasts or like?
No. It knows me.
Hey man, if you need breakfast, I'll make you some French toast. I have a bomb recipe for a ciabatta French toast, little cinnamon and nutmeg in there.
Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds really good.
Okay, sorry, I'm making myself hungry. Barry, continue.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm very excited about this Upright Citizens Brigade thing. I hope you win. I hope you get it.
Thanks.
I hope you expand it to an hour. All of the good vibes at you, Ava King. We're going to play more of your music coming up here. But right now, I want to put on a jacket and go up north, if you don't mind.
Yay.
Of course. Yeah.
Going up to Canada, eh?
Hey, be nice. No, you don't need
is that a slant? Is that a slant? That's not.
Yeah, that's a slam, man.
Oh,
By
I didn't
the
mean
way,
accent shame people. Come on.
No, just to be clear, nobody does that. I don't know where Americans get that except from Canadian.
You know where we got it from? We got it from the movie Fargo 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a North Dakota thing, not a Canada thing.
No, it is in certain places, but it's, not in the big cities. Like we're more like New York, We're like
you have your own little Italy.
Well,
I hear it's amazing there.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
It's a city of neighborhoods.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like you have a lot of little neighborhoods like that. Okay, and I'm getting in the way. Tell us about you guys in Toronto and the scene and all the stuff.
Aside from being Canadians, you have music. You're very famous musicians, been around for a long time. You met in college, right? Is that what I gather? That you
we were kind of introduced by a mutual friend. I was in art college and Martha was in university, but the guy that introduced us, who started the band, actually knew both of us. So that's how we both ended up in this band that became Martha and the Muffins.
I love that. And it's been quite the drive, quite the legacy here. And you have what inspired you to do this cover now? You're doing a song that everybody knows that was recorded many, many, many moons ago. And now you're putting your spin on it. Where did that creativity come from?
But it's a bit of a long story, maybe. I mean, I could shorten it, but for context, we were invited to do a pitch for the 3rd season trailer of Sex Education, and they wanted a new version of the English Beats song "Save It for Later," right?
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, you should hear our version.
Yeah, you should go on our YouTube channel because we did a very different one, but I think it's pretty good. Anyway, so as it turns out, they didn't use anybody's version of that song, and we were sort of left with this orphan song. We go, okay, it came out pretty well. Our manager, Graham Stairs, I suggested to him, well, we've got this song. Why don't you invite everybody else on the label, which is Pop Guru, his label. Why don't you get everybody else to do their favorite covers, and we'll put a cover album together. So they did that. It's called Coverama. But we went, okay, so Save It for Later was not what we would have picked if we were to pick one for a cover album, right? We had it. That was the impetus for the album, but we wanted to do something that was more like us. And so Martha's first suggestion was Fire by Jimi Hendrix, because she had a great little cassette recording she did by herself singing, you know, and it was cool, but it didn't work out as well as we'd hoped. So we were looking around, and for what it's worth, like, it's a weird title because people don't really remember the title. But if you go, "Hey children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down."
Everybody knows it, yeah.
And then everybody knows the song, or they do if you're our age anyway. But so that's what we ended up with. But we wanted to make, and you know, the original version is so cool. The arrangement between the two guitars is fantastic, but we wanted to slow it down and make it darker. And the beauty of that song is that every artist that's covered it has brought their own thing to it. Like, you know, when Stephen Stills wrote it, it was about a confrontation between the cops in LA and the hippies in 1966, right? And that was what it was about. But everybody over the decades has been able to adapt it. And we were going, okay, so let's make it about, you know, gun violence, because that's every time I hear this song, I always think of that, you know, image from Kent State University where the guard like killed all those students. That's what comes up in my head. So, and then, you know, gun violence, like, certainly it's not part of Canadian culture at all, but it has crept over, and there's more and more gun incidents in our city. And one that happened that was truly shocking between when we wrote the song and between writing the song and making the video was that our accountant of 40 years and his wife were fatally shot in their condo north of Toronto by a crazy man. Right? And so, you know, first of all, we couldn't believe that it happened, but it also brought it very close to home because, you know,
he come here, do our year end, and sit in our kitchen, drink coffee, and then it's gone.
Yeah, and he, you know, he was always like suggesting, like, for an accountant, he was quite cool. He'd go, "Have you heard of Black Box Recorder?" And we go, "No." And he'd go, "Check him out." And you know, so he was like a pillar, like in our band. Other than I think he was the longest person associated with our band. Except for some friends, but in terms of a business relationship. And, you know, AVA, you know, I don't know how long you've been in the music business, but it's a stinker, right? And you'll find that out sooner or later if you already have it.
Also very different now.
Well, no, it's very different.
The dark underbelly?
Well, you know, it's not a very honest business, but you know, Russ was a real pillar, like you could depend on him. So,
oh, wow.
That, you know, somehow that fed into it. And then when we made the video, I had this idea about these two people walking through Toronto in ordinary neighborhoods doing ordinary things. Nobody's paying them any attention, but they have revolvers for heads. And that was my, you know, kind of take on, it's become so normalized that nobody pays attention. And maybe this is a uniquely Canadian take, except we've been getting a lot of responses from the States and like all over the world, you know, when we posted it on YouTube a week ago. So I guess it speaks to a lot of people. Anyway, that's kind of the short story long.
Oh,
amazing.
wow, yeah.
It's so
I mean,
cool.
you've given it some thought for sure. That's Quite a take. I love it. Is there artwork that's coming out with this song too? I mean, are you putting any visuals in there?
Well, the cover for the single is basically the same image that was used for every song on the Coverama album that was put out, but in a different color scheme.
Okay.
So there's no image that way associated with the song itself, but of course the video.
Yeah, the video is like a small short film.
Yeah, it's got some very strong images in there, I think. And the weird thing is nothing happens. I probably just gave that away.
I can't wait to go and check it out. This sounds amazing.
Yeah, check it out. I think we were really happy with it. And, well, happy might not be the word, but, when you do something like that, you're going to go, you think to yourself, okay, are we on the right track here? And, of course, as artists, you're close to a project, like AVA will know this. And then when you bring it out into the world, you're going, is it as good as I think it is? Is it going to be like boring?
Yeah.
Are people going to like it? Are
Yes.
they going to end it? And as I kind of referred to earlier, it doesn't really matter. You just did the work and it came out, right?
You're making yourself very, very vulnerable.
Yeah, you make yourself vulnerable.
That's what artists do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The art of interpretation is up to the listener, not to the creator. You know what I mean? You guys are just making stuff,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care how you eat off this stove. I just made the stove. You do whatever you want with it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's such an amazing comment, because something that I always struggle with is like, I think everything I make is not good enough, right? And then I force myself to put it out there. But I just love what you both said, Mark and Barry, there, about how I'm just gonna put it out, and whatever gets interpreted off of it is up to the world, right? That's really cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna run upstairs and grab this book that we all need. I've read it. Nobody else here has read it. I'll be right back, because it's by Rick Rubin, and I can never remember the exact title, but it's all about creativity.
I think
in the meantime, can we play their song?
Dude, you want to play For What It's Worth while you get that book? Let's do it. Let's play Martha and the Muffins.
I'm gonna go and get the book too and see if it's the same one.
Yes.
We're in a book off here, people. A book off.